just to update you on the weather to what I can remember. Don't take this for granted 100%, but I do my best to remember. The second, which is yesterday, was a mixture of hazy sunshine before becoming very sunny. However, like a curse, they were stopping me when I was doing the recordings or photographing the setups of problems. I noticed that they were slyly causing it to look cloudy, being timed in a clever way where is occurring to the exact second I push record or push stop on the camera, in the same way I mentioned seagulls or animal voice sounds suddenly making noises and then coming to a sudden stop as I push record and then starting again, timed to the split second I push stop on the recorder. So it was being done like that, quite literally most times. However, there was other cloud, well, it's not cloud cover as such, but hazy cloud covers, which occurred probably another 10 times on top of what I mentioned. Otherwise it's just basically been blue skies and sunshine, or, well, there was quite a lot of cloud around, but it is light cloud. So that's yesterday. The day before I was at Norton Sub Hampden, and again they were doing the same as what I was telling you there. Although it was very cold and very frost, well, kind of, it's a bit frosty. There was obviously the setups were there very bad, but again there was a lot of sun around. But there was, I think if I remember, or was it the day before, one of the days, well, basically it was similar weather on both those days, but one of those days reached just about, not by much, but did actually reach half a day of cloud to some extent, although it was mostly sunny or hazy sunshine. To cut a long story short, because I can't remember the actual weather on these specific days, I think most days in November before that time were basically, apart from the odd 30 minutes or whatever cloud cover, maybe 2 hours on one of the days or 2 of the days, then every single day has been sunny in the last 10 days of November. And if we go back before those last 10 days, that's when it's basically sunny, like it is, as I mentioned earlier on these videos, where it's blue skies and sunny every day, apart from 7 days or something like that, where it's kind of half cloudy to half a day and 200 rainstorms or whatever, anything from 1 minute to 2 hours sort of thing. And then obviously you had the cloud covers where it only happened about 200, 300 times maybe, but only for that under 5 hours for those 300 cloud covers, calculating whole of the time since June to December basically. So that's how it's basically looked. So it's been basically sunny. It's definitely sunnier than last year, a lot sunnier. I mean, even in August you had some rainy days where I could go out and take pictures of the lighthouse when I was camping at Portland and visiting Weymouth. Obviously that's all finished, I don't need to go back there and take pictures, and you do tend to find if you go back to a place more than once it does get tedious and boring. So that's why I haven't gone back there basically. Once you've been there and you've done it, you've seen it, it's like the old saying goes, the second time you go it's not going to be as enjoyable. But I've enjoyed it, I've done it, and that's the end of that. I mean, maybe 5 years down the line I might visit there again, but I don't think I'd be doing a camping trip again. So that's that. So basically that's as far as the weather goes, but most of the weather this year is sort of from June onwards. I mean, it's only because of March and April where we had that cloudy, rainy sort of weather occur that's actually contributed to make it sound like, or make it look like, we've had a lot of rainy weather this year, but we haven't. It's been mostly blue skies and sunshine, and it's definitely sunnier than it was last year. So talking about the sun, going back to, I can't remember when it was, July time, I can't remember, of 2023, I went to Martock into the farmhouse. It's not a farmhouse as such, it's an industrial estate where they sell stuff like machinery, and you've got a gift shop there and a cafe, I think it is. I went in the gift shop, and When I went in the gift shop, that's where I saw that postcard, and they had not just one or two available, but it was like a collection of them. I think it was A5 size. Yeah, A5 I think. Where it has a picture of this lady that looks like a sexy lady that worked in Tesco's at Highbridge. Her name's Laura, or Lauren, and she basically tried asking me out. She saw my CD asking if anyone's single. And also, if we go back to 2013, a clairvoyant called Sue Hubb predicted a girl called Laura at Tesco's who was going to be my partner, and she said it can't fall through. But the problem is, she only spoke a couple of times, but it didn't go to any extent. When we passed those 2 times, she was thinking I was Seven. This Seven threat came in, and it was very rare that I saw her working. It seemed to be at times sort of like, so, there was a few times where things were pushing me about, or there were nasty people down aisles which were diverting me from seeing her, and then when I sort of go to walk past, you know, she's not there, sort of thing. So you've had that occur as well just before the Seven threat. So it's very, very rare, and one of the rarest people that I've actually seen there. I seen the other Laura, or Lauren, or whatever her name is, and she's similar looking to Lisa Pike, and she's about 10 years older than me, and negative looking, not the sort that people look at. And actually she wasn't a person that actually liked me. She was one of those that give me a dirty look, or looked at me as if I was as guilty of something. But anyway, going back to the other Laura, the sexy Laura, well, the sexy Laura is identical to the sexy Laura in that painting that I mentioned. So it shows a picture of this lady called Lauren, a bit younger and smoother attraction face, more sexual looking face, shining a torch, but it's not a torch as such, it's a sun that's connected to a torch on this little boy. And this little boy is walking down a track which is similar to like basically a woodland track, basically exactly what I'm walking down now, in fact. And there's a sexual motive painting, because I can't remember how to describe it, but it's basically to apply sexuality, and that this boy's a lucky boy because he's getting the sun shined on him, or shone on him if you want to pronounce it a better way. Well, the problem is, I've never had anyone in my whole life, and I don't like sun as a preference in weather, and I don't like it when it's raining either. I just like it when it's sort of dull grey and nice to take pictures. I mean, I don't mind a bit of sun. Say you've had 2 months of cloud and no sunny days, then obviously I don't mind a sunny day now and again, or a hazy sun. I do prefer haze. I don't really like sunny days, to be honest, but you know, it's nice to have like just a few minutes here and there, not like 6 months of sun every single day sort of thing. Anyway, going back to this picture, the boy is holding a torch in one hand, carrying a bag over his shoulder on the other one, and holding basically a notepad, which is basically what I hold all the time when I'm stating all my problems when I'm going out, except his is a proper notepad, where mine's just a load of sheets of paper on a CD case that I write down my problems on. Well, if we go back to a week or so ago, I can't remember what it was, maybe 2 weeks ago, I went to Norton sub Hamden for a walk. And they thought they could get away with it because I was kicking up a bit of trouble on videos I was making, saying that, well, they're violating me sexually because I've never had anyone, been sexually abused as a child, and it's all making it sunny on purpose. They still have. They haven't stopped that. And they think they can do it in a piss take way, where they can make it look like a beam of sun coming down exactly like that photo, especially in the last couple of weeks. So what they did is they tried to get clever, and they decided to get someone who looks like this Lauren. Obviously this person's only a teenager, but she's rougher looking in the skin and less attractive as this Lauren, but has similar facial features to this Lauren. And guess what the t-shirt said, what she was wearing? No sex. So it does make you wonder why this is occurring, doesn't it? Because that's violation at the crueltiest, do you know what I mean? To do this and then to cause that, and then obviously, you know, this picture's on the internet as well. And when I went to go and download it off the internet, I knew it was on there. It's actually taken off. They've slyly taken it off the internet. I've been looking for it, but so that means at some point I've got to go to Martok to try and locate that picture when I get it back in stock. because I went to go and I didn't buy the picture, you see, because I knew what the picture looked like already. It just didn't click at that time, you know, about the sun curse. It didn't click. And then obviously I worked it out from that picture, but I didn't buy it. It only clicked to me when I was thinking it that evening before when I got back. Otherwise I should have bought the picture. But I know it's on the internet. It's not anymore. It's been taken off, which is sly. So I've got to wait until it comes back in stock and then do a trip to Martok. I might do that next week actually. Or this week now, because it's Sunday, isn't it? And I'll see if I can get the picture there, because I really do need to get that evidence, you know. Especially when you're being violated and not had sex in your whole life. But anyway, I'll leave it there. It looks like they're going to suddenly, as soon as I go and stop the video, it's like I was saying earlier, isn't it? As soon as I stop the video, or I'm about to stop the video, they suddenly cause the sun to come out, or in this case today, a rainstorm. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I've just mentioned the weather, and I've just been speaking on the phone to someone, and in the process I've dropped my phone 3 times, and I've slipped and nearly smashed my back in the way I slipped, because the rainy weather has made the footpath wet. But you know, it's always sunshine and rain. There's always see the sunshine after the rain, or it's a blue sky day and it's here to stay all year round, not just in the summer. Last winter, I'll give you a quick update on that actually. Every single day apart from the 1st of January 2023, each and every single day was a blue sky sunny day with no clouds. At the end of January, or the beginning of February, sorry, we had a couple of cloud covers, but no, one torrential rainstorm in the beginning of snowstorm, sorry, one torrential snowstorm lasted 3 minutes. The rest of that 2 weeks was sunny with blue skies, and that snow remained on the ground. When we came into March and April, you did have a lot of cloudy, rainy weather here and there, and cloudy days. It was not bad, I have to admit that specific, but it's a bad year for taking pictures of old lights, because all the greenery comes up, and it's sort of, but it still wasn't bad for the pictures I was taking anyway. It was, I think it's around about that time. But 7th of May onwards was basically, as I said to now, it was basically sunny with torrential rainstorms. And then obviously, and nearly slipped again in fact, we have the, what I mentioned earlier, between June right up until now, 6 months of sunshine basically, or near enough. But obviously they're choking out the catalyst, and that's Justin, our HIV needle, the cunt, sad. HIV lethal injection, injecting you with HIV sexual disease, sad. That's holding water in the mouth, knife you down, child rapist, like the sort of way. Right, choking catalytic converter control. And drain goes hit over. White sexual choked, grey sexual choked, choked. Black, white sick, grey white, black sick white, black and blue sick, gun shape, knife shape, black and blue sick. Grey sexual, sick, black, sick, sexual, white sick, grey, blue, black, grey. Catalyst, choked to fuck. Can't breathe, choked to fuck. Struggling to breathe now. And now we've got another thing to choke me, but it's all catalyst. The creator wants it to be catalyst. The catalyst means fuck people that raped you as a child or an old granny. You're on catalyst, okay? Catalyst. I'm back home. And obviously threats are beginning when I'm past a specific neighbour's door, as I mentioned earlier. This time walking up the stairs, it's in a way to as if someone's dribbling, saying being busted in a stupid way. And that completes the story going out this afternoon for the hour that I was out, and the story that I mentioned with the weather. Right, this video is to basically talk about the fucking weather, but today I've got to have my chest fucking opened up with a catalytic converter being choked by raw vinegar mixed with the smell of rubbing crest between 2 stainless steel knives, but 50 plus times fucking stronger, down my fucking throat, out of breath, choking in a catalytic converter to tell me that sex is with someone that raped me as a child. They won't fucking stop it, and they're just digging at these fucking setups. And this is that that road up there, by the way, I'll just mention this, is that catalytic converter hot point where they always time a car, because it's the strongest catalytic converter hot point on that designated, well, it's not designated, but country type road thing. Anyway, now to the weather, yeah? Today has been basically torrential rainstorms when I've been home, luckily, mixed with blue skies and sunshine. It's like they've fucking been doing all the rest of the year. We just had a couple of days of very cold weather, and now we got the rain, but that's being occupied by sunshine. And when that sun comes out, or that blue sky occurs, the temperatures are dropping like rapidly. So last weekend I had to wash my clothes, costing me about £3 or £4 in electricity bills just to put the tumble dryer on, thanks to this cursing rainstorm followed by blue skies and sunshine. Well, I've just been in a heavy rainstorm that lasted 5 minutes, but luckily I managed to keep dry to some extent, and it looks like they're going to try and do this for the rest of the day, so I can't guarantee exactly the catalytic converter hot point. That car's about a minute since it's bloody been past it. The setups with that, it's beyond fucking belief today. This is the first time though that there hasn't actually been a car while crossing this. Second time, sorry. Once occurred in summer, and once occurred now. The other time was when I was on my phone to my mum. Otherwise it's choking catalytic converter stench in both directions every time I pass that specific spot. So yeah, that's the weather and that's the setups. They're increasing, putting rough people in my direction. The last 5 days has been the nastiest threat days since February. Matthew Honeysett, the neighbour, is making a lot more noise, but seems to be doing it at times when the other neighbours are out and I'm only there. And it gets even better, it's only him on my side of the building over Christmas. So I got a big problem to put up with that I'm not going to be very happy with. So it's going to be a very miserable fucking Christmas, but there's nothing you can do about it. That's just the way he is. He's a gangster type person, and he's ready for anything. Ready for murder, ready for killing, ready for smashing you out, ready for anything. But you know, you've got those types of people, and you're in a building where these types of people live, because as I mentioned before on videos, there's a type of building where it's for people that are unstable or unbalanced, with behaviour difficulties or behaviour problems, or have been sectioned or have had to go into these sorts of places to be repaired, basically. There's also a place where it's for the mentally ill or the mentally disabled at the same time, for people with autism, Asperger's, and also for people that have schizophrenia. And it's also there for people that need help in difficulties learning with life's basic skills like cooking and stuff like that. But it's not going to get any better. I'm going to have to face the consequences and just be on alert and basically audio record the evidence of all the problems that are going to occur over Christmas. It's not a case it's going to be quiet either. It's going to get nasty. It did last year, and it's New Year's Eve that's usually the nasty part of the year, and Boxing Day can be pretty nasty as well when we look at last year. However, the year before it was absolutely dead quiet. Matty was calm and everything. This is before any of the threats occurred or anything like that. Just the occasional thing said here and there. So, but since since March, it was 6 months after I lived there. So March 2022 was the beginning stages of all these problems. But it did get a lot nastier, especially when I was going out. The threats started straight away when I moved there. Actually, the first 2 weeks I moved to Yeovil. It's the first time I've actually stepped foot on Yeovil for about 10 years nearly. And I went to the Tesco's because I didn't know where the Tesco's was until I was told by staff at supported housing. And I had over 30 threats. People mistaking me as Sven, saying I'm a sick bastard, going to smash me and all the rest of it. And take into account, I haven't been to Yeovil for 10 years. But then again, we had this at Weymouth. I've not been to, walking around Weymouth town for 20 years. And when I started doing these Portland camping trips, the threats I was getting around walking around Weymouth was basically 50 plus threats per time, and I didn't, I've not even been there for 20 years. And the same with Dorchester. The first time I've ever been to Dorchester in my whole life, not too bad the first time. Second time and third time, frets all around. So, but anyway, I'll leave it there for a minute.